Thank you all for being here. Tough emotional loss on Thursday night. Talked about it right after the game. Thought our guys played extremely hard. Thought we prepared well, gave us an opportunity to be in that game. And we missed a great opportunity on the road versus number 12 team in the country on national TV. But I don't want to take away from how our guys played, which I was proud of the effort and the intensity. Quick recap, I thought our special teams played really well, probably our best game overall. Had a huge advantage in special teams, and Baylor was a quality unit coming in. I'll hit on the negatives and the positives in each phase. Negatives, our penalty on the opening kickoff return put us in a bind there. Had to start inside the 10-yard line. We had an offsides penalty on kickoff, and obviously the blocked field goal there at the end, where we didn't take our proper steps, laid off the ball, and it cost us big time. Positives, we had a kickoff return for a touchdown. I think the first one here since 2014. We've blocked kickoff return really well all year. We hadn't done a very good job in the return game, and obviously we just didn't pick the right guy. So Winston got it, took the first one to the house, and he'll obviously be the kickoff returner for the rest of the year. Had a huge fumble recovery on punt on our punt coverage team. And our punt coverage has been excellent all year. And there's nothing, that game was, I think, where they had negative punt return yardage. Had a 43.6 net punt, which is really impressive. Our kickoff coverage was really good. I thought our punt block team was the best it's been all year. We affected 2 punts. Defensively, next phase talk about, that's the best we've played from start to end in a game all year. There's been times where we played at a high level defensively, but that was the best we played for a whole game. Credit to our defense staff and our players. Thought we had a great scheme, and I thought our players executed that. The negatives, we just missed too many tackles. We had several opportunities, especially there at the end of the game on that drive where they had they were able to kick a field goal. We missed several tackles on the quarterback draw that set up that. But we got to do a better job in that area. And then we had a couple critical alignment errors that allowed them to convert a couple third downs. The positive, I thought our D-line was dominant. I know Coach Rules talked about that. We had 8 sacks, 12 tackles for loss. Goal line stand before the half was huge. And then we forced 2 fumbles. I thought we played really physical. Offensively, we physically got whipped up front. We didn't play well enough to win at any position offensively. Our margin for error is really small offensively, and we just continue to beat ourselves, man. Whether it's procedure penalties, drops, we had 2 bad snaps, critical errors at inopportune times. Top performers, want to recognize some people. I thought defensively, these guys all played at a high level. Jeffrey Pooler and Dylan Tonkery played their best games that they played this year. And then obviously Darius Stills, I thought I saw in one outlet he won the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, well deserved in that. Reese Donahue has played well now for the whole month of October. And then Sean Mahone and Noah Guzman, both of those guys played their best football of the year. Special teams, guys stood out. Winston Wright, obviously. And then Josh Grouden had his best day as far as punting the football. Offensively, really the only guy was George Campbell. He did some good things. He'll be more involved as we move forward. A couple personnel updates. I think you saw Ricky Johns yesterday put his name in the transfer portal. And then and Jack Allison also. Jack has made the decision to enter transfer portal. He graduates in December. So this was a decision that he came to me with, and I love Jack. I like him a lot. He's been a great teammate here. He wants to go play, and I support that. He's got an internship that he's got to get hours before he graduates, so I support him in that. Some injury updates. All right, so Kennedy McCoy, Noah Guzman left the game on Thursday. I think they're questionable. We'll see how they progress as a week, but I am hopeful that both of them will play. Qualls had surgery today. He'll be out for the year. Josh Chandler is questionable. We're going to kind of build up. He'll work a little bit today. He'll kind of build up through the week, and we'll see how that goes. Staley missed the game on Thursday night. He'll be questionable again. I think it's a muscle injury in his leg, so a lot of it just depends on how he heals. I would say he's very questionable. TJ Simmons left the game late in the first quarter. I would say he's doubtful for the game. We'll see how he goes. I'm not saying he's out yet, but he's doubtful. Sean Ryan will be out this week, but I think he's getting real close. I think he's getting real close, just not ready for contact yet. Barrett left the game in the second quarter on Thursday. We'll see how he progresses this week. Giovanni Haskins should be back. He did not play Thursday night. He's had a kind of a core muscle injury. It hadn't allowed him to run, but I think he'll be able to run full speed. And then Drayshawn Miller is improving, but he will not go this week. Okay, he's improving. Again, I think he'll be back at some point this year, but he's not available this week. So a lot of positives to take away from last week as a team. I thought our coaches and players did a good job preparing for that game, and we've got to continue to focus on us and getting better. Kind of flip the page to Texas Tech. Excited to get back home. We haven't played at home since I think it's going to be 5 weeks almost, and so excited to get back home in front of the home crowd. Game between two teams that are really hungry for a win. A lot of respect for Matt Wells and his staff. They did a great job really developing that program at Utah State. Just kind of brief intro of them. Special teams-wise, the guy, special teams coordinator there, he's been a lot of places, really highly respected in the special teams world, sound in really every phase. They got freshmen at all the specialist positions. Their punter and their kicker and their long snapper are all freshmen, and they've really been strong. I think field goal kickers making high percentage of kickoffs. Guys got a high percentage of touchbacks, and their punters right there near the top of the conference. So really sound there. They've already blocked a couple field goals, and had a kickoff return versus Kansas for a touchdown that got called back. But they've got a couple returners that can go. Defensively, there are multiple coverage front team. They bounce back and forth between 3 and 4 down. Their coordinator was here at one point. I think I read a stat where right now I think their scoring defense is the lowest it's been maybe since 2009 there. They've played very well early in games, okay, especially in the first quarter. I think they got 3 guys that really stick out. The Coleman kid leads the country in interceptions. He's around the ball a lot. And then the linebacker Brooks is as good as anybody in our league at that position. And then they've got a D lineman, Washington Jr., who I think's really good, plays the run exceptionally well, does a good job getting off defenders. Offensively, play with a lot of tempo. They had one of the best offenses in the country at Utah State. Their coordinator there goes back to Missouri when Chase Daniel was there, and they were playing really fast, and they're a team that plays with a lot of tempo. Balanced. I think they have one of the top offensive lines in our conference. A lot of experience. 3 guys, I think, that started 29-plus games up front. The running back Thompson, who's a freshman, I think he's a tough runner. He does a really good job of driving his knees. He's broken a lot of tackles over the last few weeks. They've got the receiver, Basher, that's really long, tall, really has won a lot of one-on-one balls and gone up and top and gotten them. Quarterback Duffy, I think he's a capable runner, but he gets the ball out extremely fast, gets the ball to playmakers. I think we got to prepare for Bowman too. It's my understanding that he's making some progress, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see him. And just to kind of wrap up, this game, first game in November, and I think all teams are judged and kind of remembered for how they finish. So this is our opportunity. We're coming back home. There's a lot going on this week. We got Mountaineer Week on campus. It's true blue for all our fans, so hopefully everybody that's coming out will wear blue. And then most importantly, it's Military Appreciation Day, and it's a day where we're going to honor our state's veterans with Veterans Day coming on Monday following the game. And we'll have 2 honorary captains, U.S. Army Major Fred Boom Boom Smalls, who I watched some clips earlier today of him sacking Doug Flutie, so I think our fans will have real fond memories of him. And then former U.S. Army Specialist Ted Daniels. So Ted Daniels and Fred Smalls will be honorary captains for Military Appreciation Day. And we're going to do something from a uniform perspective that we'll release later this week, and it'll honor the veterans from the state of West Virginia. So encourage our fans to wear blue, come out, support our team. Nobody's pleased with the results that we've had at this point, but we got a great opportunity to finish strong. Our guys are playing the game the right way, and the game will be entertaining. So hopefully we have a crowd that's here. It's a 12 o'clock kick, and they're here early, and they're loud because we need them. So with that, I'll open up questions.